What's the vibe, guys? We're back. Now today's video, again, another interesting one. And again, I wasn't even gonna do no video on this one, but the more I was watching, the more it got interesting. So I decided to do another video. Now this video is called "Murdered by Numbers." It's on King Von. It's about King Von and his situation about him passing recently. Now they say he was supposed to be sacrificed for LebronJames, which got my attention because that's my guy, best player in the world. But that's for another video. But it says he's supposed to be sacrificed for King Von. I don't know how I feel about this video yet, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch it together, and let me know what y'all think in the comments. Now, before I even start this video, I want to give a shout out to my brother. Y'all probably know him as Sean Davis. But that's big bro to me. Shout out to him. He came through with the subscribers and he came through with the views. He shouted me out on his show. So I had to shout him out real quick before we got into his video. But yeah, let's get into it. This King Von death shit I ain't gonna lie, it's been kind of weird to me. I ain't make no video about it because that's not really where I was trying to go. But I ain't gonna lie, this shit been fishy to me. So we're gonna get into the video. Check out this numerology or this numerics, however you say it. Which is very important, by the way. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of code or hidden shit or symbolisms or a lot of shit out there we don't pay attention to that explains a lot. So I feel like we need to pay attention to that. And I feel like it's a good video to show just for that reason. So it's a double bubble, I guess you can call it. But let's get into it.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is November 6th, 2020. I want to speak about a rapper who was murdered today at the age of 26, the Chicago rapper King Von, who recently put out an album called LebronJames. I'm going to show you guys in this video why the rapper died today on the 311th day of the year. It has everything to do with LeBron James and the conclusion of the 74th NBA season. If you guys remember, King Von put out an album titled LebronJames. This came out on March 6th of this year. And notice what jersey he has on. He has the number 64. And then he died today on November 6th, the 311th day of the year, which is the 64th prime. And his name, Levon Bennett, sums to 64. If you guys are new here, what I speak about in this channel is gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words.
Alright, so let me correct myself. It's gematria, So I just want to throw that in there. I was wrong.
And all year, we've been showing how rappers and celebrities, they are being murdered by a very consistent pattern. And, just this year, I think I covered around 50 rapper deaths. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm actually even putting together a book of all the people that have died this year in connection to, especially the number 38. This code of letters and numbers known as gematria is very consistent and very repetitive. We always talk about the same numbers here. So this rapper, even though, he died at the age of 26, his stage name, King Von, is sums to 38. And that is probably the number when it comes to ritual deaths, and especially when it comes to rappers being murdered in the headlines. If you guys remember Pop Smoke, who also died this year, another rapper dead by the same code that I'm speaking about here. Pop Smoke's his name sums to 38. And he died, he was gunned down this year. And what I showed in this video is how his death was all connected to Kobe Bryant, because Pop Smoke was born, I forgot this guy's name, but I've covered so many rapper deaths. Bashar Jackson. And his government name sums to 41, just like how Kobe Bryant sums to 41 and how Kobe Bryant died at the age of 41. So you write out Bashar Jackson. This stuff is really easy. This is the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. Bashar Jackson sums to 41. When he died, they put him in the ambulance with the number 41 on it, right? His rapper name is Pop Smoke, with sums to 38. Same thing with this rapper, right? His rapper name is King Von, with sums to 38, and he puts out this album called LebronJames on March 6th, which was 41 days after the death of Kobe Bryant. Right? So same numbers that we spoke about with Pop Smoke, we're going to be speaking about here with King Von. Because it's the same thing all the time. All these rappers that are killed, they are all killed around the same numbers. And the reason I said 50 deaths is because, like I said, I'm writing a book. And the majority of the deaths that I cover in this book are rappers and singers, celebrities. And it's the same thing, same numbers, same patterns, right? So again, King Von is 38, and just notice, right? Rappers 38, the word murder is 38, killing is 38, the word death is 38, R.I.P. is 38, 38. We always talk about that number. There was another rapper that died recently. His name was King Face. His name sums to 38. And, unlike King Von, King Face actually died at the age of 38. Right? I covered his death the day that he died, because he died the same day as the Donald Trump and Joe Biden debate. And he was a big Donald Trump supporter. Notice the headline. It says, King Face dead. Right? King Face is 38. MAGA rapper 38. He dies at 38. So he dies at 38. His stage name is 38, and then he's a rapper. Rapper's 38. We always talk about these numbers. These numbers are very, very repetitive. But like I said, he died today, November 6th, the 311th day of the year. 311 is the 64th prime. This rapper was born Levon Bennett, with sums to 64. So think about that. His name sums to 64, then he dies on the 311th day of the year. And he puts out this
I swear I'm not important. I don't know why my phone going down.
Album called LebronJames, and then he's wearing a jersey with the number 64. So he's pretty much wearing his death date on the jersey, And look how much time is left on the clock. 64 minutes. I mean, what is that about? But of course, the number 64 is the number that connects to the word kill. And gematria, kill sums to 64. And according to the reports, he was gunned down in Atlanta, Georgia, supposed to be around 3 a.m. after leaving a nightclub. That's what his friends said on social media. And just notice how shooting is 44. Georgia, where he was gunned down at, sums to 44. The word kill is 44 and 64. We always talk about these patterns as well, because they love bringing those two numbers together, 44 and 64. So he died on the 311th day of the year, the 64th prime. His name sums to 64. He has a 64 on the cover of his album. And then he dies in a shooting in Georgia, which sums to 44. Same thing we always talk about. But being that he died at the age of 26, the NBA Finals concluded on October 11th, and that was
That's crazy, and I'm pretty sure he know nothing about the system he used. It's just the fact that the numbers he chose to use, like all the numbers is, subliminally, pointed towards his life, like 64. But I get all that. But you gotta be careful, because the numbers you use subliminally mean shit like this. Like, you don't even know that you cursing yourself. Basically, I say that. Like, you cursing yourself for certain words you use, certain number you use, certain symbols you use. Like, all that shit matters.
26 days ago. Brian sums to 26. 26 is known as the God number, right? Because in gematria, you write out God. It sums to 26, right? This code, the belief is that God created the world with letters and numbers. So 26 is known as the God number. Think about how there's 26 letters in the American alphabet. So Brian, like I said, Brian is 26, right? God is 26. He died on the 26th of January. And, this album that this guy put out came out 41 days after the death of Kobe Bryant, who died on 1/26. And most of the rappers that died this year, they've died in connection to Kobe Bryant for some reason. and also LeBron James, because the guy even had an album called Levon James, which is a play on words on LeBron James, right? And notice he's doing the chalk, just like how LeBron James does it.
It's not chalk, it's powder, but just we'll let that slide.
And yeah, so the title of the album, Levon James, notice what it sums to in Gematria. It sums to 116, and then he dies on November 6th. So his death is purely connected to the album they put out on March 6th. And it's also connected to the conclusion of the NBA Finals, right? He died 26 days after the conclusion of the 74th NBA season at the age of 26. So the name of the album is 116. He dies on 11/6. He puts out the album on March 6th, 41 days after the death of Kobe Bryant, who died at the age of 41, who named sums to 41. King James also sums to 41. And notice from the day of the release of the album to today is 35 weeks on the nose. King James is 35. This is the LeBron James ritual, LeBron James sacrifice. And notice Levon James, the title of the album, is also 154, like King James, right? Big number in the playoffs this year, 154. A lot of rituals around this number. And the rapper, he was born August 9th, 89. King James is 89, and then he died 89 days after his 89 birthday. Born 89, died 89 days after 89. King James equals 89 as well. So born on 8/9, died 89 days after his birthday. King James is 89.
I ain't gonna lie. It's sounding crazy right now. I don't know. I just keep watching.
Right? The rapper with the album called Levon James. And I also read somewhere that, not only does his name start to 64 and he died on the 311th day of the year, the 64th prime, but I read somewhere that he's actually from 64th Street in Chicago. Think about that. Let's see if we can look this up. Levon James, 64th Street. The guy was born on 64th Street. You believe that? Then he died on the 311th day of the year. So it says here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but Devon Daquan Bennett, born August 9, 1994, died November 6th today. Known professionally as King Von, I guess. That's what the end of the sentence says. And then he says he spent most of his life in Parkway Gardens, a.k.a. O Block, located on the corner of 64th. Guy's from 64th Street. On the corner of 64th and Martin Luther King Drive in the south side of Chicago. He grew up as a childhood friend of rapper Little Durk, as well as fellow Parkway Gardens resident Chief Keef. Chief Keef, he had a song called Kobe as well, which was 4 minutes and 1 second long. I remember when Kobe Bryant died, I covered the music video by Chief Keef titled Kobe. He had a helicopter in the beginning of the video. Oh my God. So the guy from 64th Street died on the 64th day of the year.
Oh, shit.
On the 311th day of the year, the 64th prime. Guy named something 38. And, the most popular song in this album, I've never heard the album. I skimmed through it today. It's, Took Her to O Block. I guess Took Her to the O. That's the name of it. The second track on the album. The title of that album, I believe, sums to 67, like Blood Sacrifice. And that's the most popular song on the album. Took Her to the O. Sums to 67, like Blood Sacrifice, like Human Sacrifice. Also sums to 59, like Black Mamba. And the word kill in Negro is also 59, right? But yeah. So, ask yourself, is this a coincidence? His cover of this album is Levon James. He dies 89 days after his birthday. King James is 89. Got born on 8/9. The cover of his album, obviously dedicated to LeBron James, who just finished winning his 4th championship. The number 4, always associated with death and killings. But the word why the 74th NBA season? Well, rapper 74. So a rapper died in connection to the 74th NBA season. Another rapper, by the way, because this is probably the 50th death that I've covered this year. King Von dead after being shot in Atlanta nightclub shooting. But what I'm trying to show you guys in this video is that this rapper was not killed over no beef, over no argument, because that's what they're saying in the reports. This rapper was a ritual sacrifice. The minute he put out this album, they already had his death planned. Right? That's why you watch it.
So I wouldn't even be surprised if Quando Rondo and them or his people, wasn't named Lil Tim or Timmy, some shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they get away with this shit just because of this situation. Like, play close attention to that. Play close attention to that whole case.
The reason why you see all these 64s on the cover of the album is because his death was planned for it to be on the 311th day of the year. And just think about how that number connects to Kobe, right? The reflection of 113, Kobe Bryant 113. Then they named the album LebronJames with some sort 11-6, and then he dies on 11-6. It's like this all the time. You know, the next rapper that dies is going to be just like this. And we're probably going to speak about the same numbers, 38, 64, and 44. It's always the same thing all the time. So if you guys are out there mourning this rapper, just know that this rapper probably knew. I think these rappers know, because I want to show you guys a couple of pictures that I found about this rapper. Like, how can you not know? And then put out all these images. Like, look what he's selling. He's selling shirts, King Von in the back with the big 64 on it. I mean, how can you not know? And then, you know, he's taking pictures like this and then he has a Dodgers hat on, right? The Dodgers won the World Series. You know, probably I wonder what this 246 means, right? But then look, he has his jacket on with the big 64 in the back. I mean, what is this 64 about? A lot of people are going to say, well, he's from 64 block. No, that's not why he has that jacket on and that number in the back. No. That's not the reason he's taking pictures like this in the LebronJames body. He's not just calling himself LebronJames. He's calling himself that because the people who control this man is telling him, listen, you're going to have an album come out on March 6th. It's going to be titled LebronJames. This is how many songs is going to be on that album.
Hey, man, let me know how y'all feeling about this so far. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even see this guy take these. I haven't seen none of these pictures. These pictures look creepy. I don't think he would want to put his face on LeBron James' body. I wouldn't even think that King Von would even want to do that. Like, I feel like he had no say so in this. Like, I don't feel like this was his idea. At least this picture, I don't feel like this was his idea. I don't think he would want his face on none of man's body, no matter who he is. That's just my opinion.
And you're gonna release it on this date for this reason. And then, you know, he's gonna die 26 days after the conclusion of the finals. And think about where the All-Star game was this year, Chicago, right? Where LeBron James won. His team, LeBron James' team won. And the reason I say these people know, because I'm like, if I'm a rapper, right, and I'm putting out an album, and the people that I'm signed to is telling me, you know, put out an album called LebronJames, I'm not gonna ask why. You know, I don't think he's doing this on his own. Like, why is he wearing a Dodgers hat? What a coincidence. The guy's from Chicago. He just happens to have an LA hat on. And the Dodgers just finished winning the World Series. Why does he have an LA hat on? No. What, you going to say he's from LA too? No, he's not from LA. LA sums to 41, by the way. He put out his album 41 days after the death of Kobe Bryant. So this is what I'm saying. These people have to know, because, I mean, he's selling merchandise. Took it to the O, the biggest single in his album. Sums to 67, like Blood Sacrifice. Like how Kobe died on the day with 67 numerology. So this is all strange to me, for these people not to know. Somebody said 24 and 6 is Kobe. No, Kobe number one. Well, I guess LeBron was number 6. I guess. But I guess that was also indication that he was gonna die on the 6th day of the month. So somebody says, do these celebrities get killed or are they sent to a place that we don't know about? I don't know the answer to that question. Um, it doesn't really matter if they're dead or alive because we won't see these people anymore, right? So it doesn't matter if they're hiding in a cave. It doesn't matter if they're faking it. That doesn't matter because we will never see King Von as King Von. He could have some type of surgery and change his appearance around, but we won't know him as King Von anymore. So to us, he has died. But what I'm trying to show you guys in this video is that this has nothing to do with no argument at a nightclub like how they're reporting. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines in case you guys want to call in and speak about something that I missed. The number is 646-986-0958. I'm gonna put the number.
Alright, that's in it for the video. I'm gonna stop it right there. Let me know what y'all think. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Like, I haven't been researching like this type of numerology or whatever the word is. Excuse me. So I don't know how I feel all the way about it, but he connected some dots. And like you said, you see the same numbers over and over. You see the same symbolism over and over. So I don't know. I'm gonna think more about it. But for right now, shit, it's interesting, man. Let me know if y'all think this true. Now I do believe that Hollywood and LA, and not even just them, but I do believe it's people out here doing sacrifices and human sacrifices and all types of. I ain't even gonna get into that right now. That's probably for another video. So, but I do believe that they are doing that. Now, do I believe that this happened to this specific rapper, to King Von? I don't know. I don't know, but he's making some good points there. He's making some good points. So let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below.